What is up, YouTube? Today we are talking about something fun about renovating property. I just did an eviction on one of my houses, and so I'm having to turn it over before I get it back listed for rent. So I bought this house a couple years ago, inherited a tenant, so we're going to talk about that fun story. Stay tuned. Alright, so I bought this house right here. Greensboro. Maybe I shouldn't share the address, I don't know. But I bought this property on in Greensboro. It's on the east side of town. Got a great deal on it. Bought it direct to seller. Somebody inherited it and they had been managing it for several years and were just like, I don't want to be a landlord anymore. They tried to sell it for sale by owner multiple times, and I ended up buying that home from them, and I paid $52,000 for it. Bought it as is. They didn't have to do a thing. I inherited a tenant that was paying $500, which was severely under market rent. Market rent was about $900 at the time. Now it's possibly even more. So bought that house for $52,000. It's in pretty good shape already. I mean, it needs work. It needs a couple windows, flooring stuff, and a new kitchen. But it's all super cosmetic, nothing major. So bought that house for $52,000. The ARV on this one is about $115. It's a 2-bedroom, 1 bath. So I paid $50 for it. This tenant it hadn't been terrible, but it never really paid on time. He was always late, and I really needed to maximize this investment to be able to do a cash out refinance, get this property stabilized, renovated, and up to, you know, its highest potential, right? So was planning to do a 30-day notice to vacate to give him an opportunity to vacate the home so that I could do the renovation and he could have the opportunity to apply for rent later, or, you know, we would be happy to help him find another place. We had everything set up to help him find another place. Well, basically, when we gave him that notice to vacate, he said, F you, you're gonna have to file papers on me to get me out of here. So we waited 30 days, filed eviction at court 10 days later, and they were like, yeah, dude, you gotta get out, and you also got a judgment for past rent. Here you go. You know, you should have got out of the house. So anyways, went through that. Alika, my property manager, did a fantastic job on handling all that. I really didn't have to deal with that at all. I actually went to the property when they did the sheriff's lockout afterwards, so I wasn't even there for when the sheriff was there. Super smooth process for me anyways. Nothing to be scared of. People get super scared of these evictions. If you have a good property manager, it's not really that big of a deal. So he was out, he left all of his junk. I'm gonna show you the property. We're gonna go over there in just a second. That was the story on that house. I'm gonna probably end up spending like maybe $8 grand to get it fixed back up, and so I'll be all in on this one around $60,000, and then it should reappraise at $115 and be able to get a new loan on that for around like 85 grand and pull out all of what I spent on it, my down payment, and a little bit of extra cash so that I can go buy more houses. So that is the story on that house, and we're gonna go hit up the house, take a look at it. I'll show you how I do everything on my phone from an Excel spreadsheet, plug all what I need to buy in, and then we're going to Home Depot. All right, leaving the house. If you know anybody that wants to do a short-term rental, this is my duplex that I live at. I live in this side here and rent out that one. It's fully furnished, so I'm considering doing a short-term rental. I may put it on Airbnb, I don't know yet. It's a lot of work, and since I only have one, I may do like some nurses or something, and then put that on Airbnb once I have a couple other ones, so that I'm not just spending all that time. I don't know, we'll see what I'm gonna do. But if you know somebody that wants like a 2-month or 1-month stay in Greensboro, hit me up. Alright, so here's the exterior of the house. Super cute, isn't it? This is the neighborhood. Not really anything to do on the exterior. I think I'm gonna leave it exactly the way it is. I've got like some cleaning up to do on junk that he left back here, and I gotta get rid of that truck. And then there's this spot right here on the gutter, and I'm gonna take that down and straighten it out. Replace this door here. But overall not in too bad a shape. Alright, so here is the living room. Now check this out. So I think that this guy was having some kind of fun party in here. Because he's got booths lined up and chairs, and there was nothing in here. But, so here it is. Super cute little house. I'm gonna take this out here, and so that is all together. Tear out that floor, it's super nasty. These cabinets are all coming out, like that whole thing is coming out. The water heater is in here, so I'm actually gonna move that down into the crawl space. So this is kitchen and dining, and then there's actually a laundry room, which is pretty slick. You don't have laundry rooms like that on a lot of these little mill houses, is what I call them. Here's the bathroom. So in here, what I'm actually gonna do is tear out this floor here and then put in, I've got some leftover vinyl plank from another project. I'm just gonna pop that in here. Take the vanity out, take the toilet out, and then right here, we're gonna actually reglaze the tub and the top, that little bit of tile. All right, so I'm actually gonna call out a buddy of mine, Jason Coleman, on reglazing tile. So as you can see, this bathroom I just showed you in the previous clip, but the tub, nasty, and then we've got this like ugly, what do you even call it, beige tile, it's terrible. So what I'm actually gonna do is, instead of gutting that out, having to demo it and then put in a surround, I'm simply going to reglaze the tub. It's gonna cost like $250 for the tub, and then another couple $100 to reglaze that white, so it looks like a brand new tub and brand new fresh tile, and it'll cost, you know, maybe $450 to $500, and boom, it looks like it's brand new. So that's what I'm gonna do in here. It's gonna save me a lot of money, and this will last for 10 to 15 years. Here is Jason's video where he's talking about wanting to rip it out.
So this is a very dated bathroom that we're gonna completely gut and renovate. I get this question a lot, all right, typically from newbies. Can we just paint over the tile, right, or reglaze this?
I'm simply going to reglaze the tubs.
No, I highly recommend not doing that, all right? That is a temporary fix.
This will last for 10 to 15 years.
That you're gonna have to just keep constantly looking out for over time and repairing and whatnot. It starts peeling off of this tile. It is a very hairy homeowner and cheap way to get rid of yellow old tile like this. Don't do that, all right?
Yeah, so there was Jason's video. As you can see, he's a big proponent of tearing it out and putting in the fiberglass surround. I think that if you don't have to do that, don't. That's gonna last 15 plus years on this reglazing. Yes, some of it will peel. Where it typically peels is actually right around the shower head and around the knobs. That's typically where it starts peeling first, and usually it takes 7 years before it actually starts peeling. So it lasts a pretty good while. There's no reason for me to rip this whole thing out on a turnover when I can make this look pretty for 500 bucks. So that's what I'm doing in here. And then I'll obviously tear out and put a new toilet. That's something that you never want to cheap out on. Always get a new toilet and new vanity in here. Whoop. Looks like somebody got a little carried away here. Those are actually look like they're shots from the inside going out. So it looks like somebody was playing with their 22. Yeah, so that's the windows I'm gonna have to get replaced. This house actually had a tree fall on it, so obviously the owners were nice enough to disclose that to me before I bought it. And so a lot of this, that's how they got all new siding, a new roof, and there's a couple new windows. As you can see, like this is a brand new window. I think it's like 5 years old. So some of them on this side of the house are old, but then on the front where the tree fell, they're all new windows. So here's the other bedroom. Nothing really to do in here. I'm gonna like gloss up the floors, clean them up, shine them up, and then just paint this gray. I'm gonna replace the light fixtures. So I'm actually going to stop now. I'm gonna pause this. I'm gonna count all of the light fixtures. I'm gonna count all the switch plate covers. I wanna replace that. And I'm gonna also count the outlets as well. Most of these are 3-prong, as you can see, which is good. So they're already, the majority of them are already updated, but the ones that are still 2-prong, gonna update those like we can see right here. That's only a 2-prong outlet. So gonna get those upgraded, and I'm not gonna do that. I got my buddy Josh, he'll do that for me really quick. So I'm gonna count the number of outlets so I can send it to him and he'll get me a quote back like that. So this is pretty simple. I mean, it's a pretty straightforward house on the renovation. So I'm gonna do that and I'll show you how I plug that into my phone. Peace. So we're gonna have this little intervention next to one of these white owl wraps. Swisher Sweets are better. Anyways, all right, so I literally, let's see if this will focus, there you go. I literally just throw everything into the spreadsheet on my phone, like everything that pops into my mind that we need as I'm walking through it, I just vomit it onto this sheet. So that way when I get in front of my computer, I can organize it and go to the store. So I'm actually just gonna go straight to the store from here, but typically I would have time between now that I would be going, but that's what I'm doing. So literally it's that simple, you know, light fixtures, I need 5 boob lights, 1 vanity light, 12 outlet covers, the 6 single switch plate covers, 1 double. I need 3 CO2 dirt detectors, and I need some white spray paint for the grates and stuff like that. Trim and door paint, all that stuff. Shiner for the hardwoods, a toilet, a vanity. 2 new switches, I'll send in that to my electrician. And then I need to get some floor covering for demo day. 7 new indoor knobs. Door paint, I gotta paint 2 of the doors, the exterior doors, and then I need a couple new pans and stuff for painting, and I need this new sledgehammer because I broke mine. So literally I just throw everything that I need on there and then I go get after it. And we're back at the Home Depot. All right, so when it comes to fixtures, traditionally, a lot of people like these flush mount boob lights. What I've been doing, and all the smart people are doing it, is using LEDs. So you don't have to worry about bulbs and stuff, and they'll last for a really long time. So what I actually get is the 16-inch round flush mount lights, and they work great, and you don't have to worry about fans and then breaking. In this lower end rental, we don't need fans and stuff. Obviously, if you're in a $1,600 a month plus rental, you may want to get some fans in the bedrooms, but for this I want it no fans, low maintenance, super easy, not a bunch of light bulbs that have to be changed. So that's what we're getting there. All right, so here are the smoke alarms that I use. I mean, I don't always get this brand, but what's good about these is you can literally screw them on there. They already have batteries, so you don't have to have it wired up, because a lot of these older houses aren't really going to have it figured out. And these are pretty sweet, and you just screw them on the ceiling and you're ready to roll. Alright, so these are the doorknobs that I like to use, the quick set brush nickel. They look super nice. They look good with gray paint, so that's what I get. Mixing up the paint. I'm actually trying a different paint. I usually use a Valspar Signature that you get at Lowe's, but I'm trying this one out. Alright, so this is the new paint that I'm gonna try. We'll see how it works. Not typically what I use, so we'll see how it goes. So that's a wrap on today's haul. I'm gonna go drop this back off at the property, and then I'm gonna get started on the demo next week. I'm going to the beach, so I'm not gonna be able to get on it right now, but get on that next week, get everything going, and do all the demo. That's gonna be fun, put it in the dump trailer. So maybe more content to come on that, and get this puppy rented. So that's the boring life of real estate, and here it is. Just cut that hole out. Okay. Blooper.